What's up people, my name is Julian and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how I set my Fiverr account up and got started in selling my gigs and services, which has now earned me over $23,000 on Fiverr in just the past few months. So for any of you guys that are looking to get started on Fiverr or perhaps already a seller on Fiverr, I would highly recommend that you stick around and watch this video as I'm going to run through with you guys exactly how I set my account up. And for those of you who don't know what Fiverr is a freelance services marketplace where you can hire people for as little as $5 to do any sort of projects for you or your business. A few examples of the gigs and services that you can hire from Fiverr are things such as graphic design, digital marketing, writing and translation, video and animation, music and audio, programming and tech, business, lifestyle, industries. And as you go into any of these sort of categories, you'll then find the subcategories where really the list just goes on for what you can find on Fiverr. So I've just been scrolling through Fiverr to see what sort of gigs and services I can find. And if you happen to be really bad at Call of Duty Warzone, you can find yourself a coach on here, or you can even get yourself
Julian Adams has just uploaded his first YouTube video, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video to see more.
So just before I dive into my account and I show you all my earnings and stuff like that, I just want to clear up any sort of misconceptions surrounding Fiverr and whether it's too late to get started as a seller. As I know I too had these thoughts that perhaps the platform was already too saturated, that there was already too many sellers on there. But since starting back in June, I've seen obviously a tremendous growth in my account and my earnings. So for any of you that are looking to get started on Fiverr, I would highly recommend it. No matter what niche you're trying to get into, I can assure you that there's still space in that platform for you. So it's definitely worth a go. So I signed up to Fiverr in June of 2020, and I signed up not thinking anything of it. But you know, I took the time to set my account up properly and get my gigs going and to get everything look as professional as possible. And within 24 hours of me setting everything up, I received my first order, which really surprised me at how quickly people and customers were able to find my services within 24 hours of me setting everything up and place their first order. And since then, it really has been a snowball effect. I've seen constant orders ever since, and still to this day, I'm taking orders. So less of me talking now. I'm going to run you through my account, my earnings, to show you what's going on here. So starting off, as you can see here, we have my net income, which is $23,457. Here is my withdrawal amount, so obviously this is the amount I've pulled out and I've bank transferred it into my bank. This is the section which is used for purchases, so the money I make on Fiverr I can then obviously re-spend on other gigs and stuff like that on Fiverr. This is my pending clearance, so this is the amount that I've earned from my recent orders that I need to wait 14 days for Fiverr to release it to me before I can withdraw it. And here we have my withdrawal amount, so this is the amount I can and is available to me for withdrawal right now. So just as we go down the page, we'll then see all the orders that are completed. It will tell me the date. I can also view the order and it will tell me the order amount. But yeah, that's a general summary of my earnings page on my account. Now I'm going to run through some tips in helping you get your account set up and get you started and on your way to making some side income through Fiverr. So just before I run through some tips and show you the best ways of setting your account up, I would firstly advise that you come up with at least 3 to 5 sort of creative skills that you know that you can sell on Fiverr. If you can't come up with any, what I'll do is I'll put a list up here on the screen, so maybe just pause the video, pick out 3 to 5, and then that's your best starting point, because we don't want to set your account up before we know what sort of niche you're going to be heading into. Before you set up your account, this will help a lot when you go to create your username and get going with your descriptions and stuff like that. So here we have the new account now I've created. So just to give some context before I jump right into it, This is for a logo design service. So first off, this right off the bat, we have the profile picture. I would advise that you either use a nice, simple, clean logo or a headshot, a professional headshot, as obviously this is your profile picture, and your username is one of the most important things, and it's the first thing that a customer will see when they go onto your profile and they click on your gig. So right off the bat, if they don't feel that you look professional or they want to spend their money with you, you've already lost the customer before you even got started. And the same thing applies when it comes to your username. So you want to keep it as clean, minimal and simple as possible, so as soon as the customer sees it right off the bat, they know what you're about. So here I've put Adam_logo design, says what it needs to be. So as soon as people read that, they know my name, which is very personal. It creates that customer trust already because they feel like they know the person. And _logo design, it says what I'm here to provide on Fiverr. And the good thing about a username like this is, as comparison to a lot of other sellers on here, they'll use like auto-generated usernames and stuff like that. So your username, when it pops up with your gig, will stand out a lot more compared to everyone else in your niche and on the page when customers are searching for you. But yeah, carrying on, underneath we just have a simple little statement, professional graphic designer. Doesn't need to be anything crazy, just simple, easy for the customer to understand. As we then scroll down, I have my main description, which will be the first thing that everyone goes to read once they click on your profile. So maybe spend a fair amount of time on this, because I've also found from my main account that a lot of people do reach out to me based on what I've put on my description. So obviously spend a lot of time on this, try to mention as much as you can about what you provide. Obviously this has only taken me a couple of minutes, but it's just a sort of basic description. Obviously I would expect you to go over it a bit more. So I'm not going to read through this, because obviously you guys can happily pause the video and read through it and copy it, do what you wish with it, take notes. But as we move down the page, I've obviously listed the languages, linked accounts. At this point, if you do have an Instagram or a Facebook where you have a lot of your designs, which shows your services or your passion or your hobbies, I would definitely recommend linking that, because customers will click through those links and then use those links to make their choices whether they want to buy your services and whatnot. As we scroll down, you have your skills. So here I would recommend listing as much as you can. These things will then pop you into different niches and different pages. So like I said, list as many as you can that are relevant to your services that you're providing. So obviously for this page it is for logo design, so I've put graphic design, logo design, Photoshop, photo editing, flyer design, Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. And then as we scroll down from there, we have the education. So try to list as much education that you can that is relevant to the services that you're providing. So I mean, don't take this seriously, because obviously I haven't studied in Zimbabwe or Vietnam. This is just me just throwing them on the page, just as examples, but make sure that you do put any education or certificates that you have obtained into this section here, because it's just social proof. It's good for the customers to know and trust you that you can provide good work for them and you are legit. So that's a summary of the account. Obviously I haven't set up a gig here because I haven't fully set this account up. But on my main account I have set up a sort of generic logo design gig, which I'll run through with you guys now. So I'll switch over to that now. So I'm now on the main account, which I've generally set up a logo design gig. So starting from the top, we have our gig title. So the best thing to do when it comes to your gig title is to keep it as short as possible, but pack it with the most understandable information that you can about your gig, if that makes sense. So here I've put, I will design incredible logo designs for your business or project. Obviously keep it as short and simple as possible, pack it with as much information within there though, so they understand what it is you're selling right off the bat when they see it as they're scrolling through the page and they see your small gig title next to your image. This will be the first thing that they look at. I would also advise that you put some emphasis into it, or put some nice words in there. So as soon as I get rid of incredible, it just looks very dull, it looks very boring. I will design logo designs for your business or project. It doesn't sound nice, it doesn't stand out to me if I was scrolling through the page. So just put amazing or incredible, or something like that, because that will definitely pop out and make people click on your gig. So then as we scroll down, obviously you need to click your category. So for this is logo, so it will be under graphics and design, and then logo design. Then you put your style, your file format, so what sort of files you will provide when you do deliver to the customer. And obviously please bear in mind that this is for a logo service. So obviously if you're doing anything else, like, I don't know, the guy that was doing Call of Duty coaching earlier, I mean, that's not going to be the same setup as this, so obviously bear that in mind. But yeah, as we get down to the bottom, you have your search tags. So these tags, I would actually research your niche. So for this logo design, I would then actually search up logo design on Fiverr. I'll click the sort of top 4 or 5 and see what tags they're using, and then use the same ones, because you know that those tags are working in the Fiverr search bar. So if you use the same tags as those, there's a very good chance you're going to end up being seen by a lot more customers. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind, and it's worth the 5 minutes of just typing in Fiverr and just looking into your niche and just doing the research. So yeah, that's the first page, which is the overview. So as we then go on to the pricing, I mean, obviously you can change this, you can change the packages how you wish. For here, I've just put basic package, standard package, premium package. So I put 1 logo design, 2 logo designs, and 4 logo designs. So as you stagger the packages, you need to favor it towards your premium package more. So give the customer a reason why it will benefit them buying the premium package, because that is where most of the money will be made. And same again, as we go down to the revisions, the delivery days, the source files and stuff like that, you need to stagger it in a way where it's more favorable for the customer to buy your premium package. So as you can sort of see, you can take take notes from how I staggered this. As you can see, I've put 3 days delivery for your basic package, and then 2 days for the standard and premium. So already right off the bat there, the customer might need their designs done quick. So they're going to choose either the standard package or premium package just to get it done a little bit quicker. And in terms of revisions, as you can see, I have 1 for the basic package, 2 revisions for the standard package, and unlimited for the premium package. So there again, the customer might want obviously more revisions, so they're going to go for the premium package there. Obviously the source file, so some customers might need the source file for their projects, so they can then obviously rework it in the future if need be. So maybe don't put that in your basic design package, and just put it in your premium package. And that sort of then follows on for the rest of them, so I won't go through all of them with you. But when it does come down to the price, I would say, and I would highly recommend that for the first good 5 to 10 orders, perhaps, that you really do put your prices as low as possible, because you need to be competing against everyone in the same niche as you and on that same page. And if you're a brand new seller and you don't have any reviews, you're going to need those reviews to make you stand out. So maybe just take it on the chin and accept the first sort of 5 and 10 orders that you're not going to make too much money. So just maybe accept $5 or $10 for those. Just grind through them, and once you get through them and you get those good reviews, maybe then look into bumping your prices up to $20, $30, however much you want to charge. And it's also based on whatever services you're providing. So for logo design, it's actually fairly cheap. So obviously do your research and look into your niche and see what everyone else is charging, and try to undercut them if possible, just simply to get those reviews in. And another way to earn extra money is obviously putting extra services on your gigs. So as I was saying before, with the delivery day, if someone was to order the basic package and that's all they needed, but they need it within a day, you can then charge them an extra $5 to have it done within that day. And the same thing then applies with the source file, mock-ups, vector files. You can charge them an extra $5 or however much you wish to charge them, based on the demand of whatever extra they need of the gig already. So that's a very quick summary of the pricing and stuff like that. So we'll then click on and go onto the description. So for me, this was a very quick description. I would highly recommend, like I said, research what everyone else is writing in their descriptions within your niche and try to tailor it around that. Get some good ideas, but don't copy people. So yeah, you can see what I've put here. I'm not going to read it out. Very simple. Use some bold characters here just to make these important words stick out to the customers as they're reading through the description. Why me? So then just list a couple of like key features that you want the customers to know that you're good at, and then obviously ask them and tell them that they shouldn't hesitate to contact you for further details and stuff like that. You can add FAQs. I think that it's very helpful for customers, as some things might not be answered within your description, so having that will definitely help. So that's a quick summary of description, and then we'll move on to requirements. So here, this is what will be asked of the customer when they place an order for your gig. So this will be the first question that pops up. So obviously for logo design, I'm going to need them to provide perhaps some files or some sketches or just general concepts, ideas of what they would want that logo to look like. So obviously ask them in this page here. So then we'll move on to gallery. So I haven't actually made any logos or anything for myself here, but what I've done is I've looked up on Google and found some nice clean logo examples or logo pages that you can use. So obviously these aren't mine. I'm not going to put this gig live because then that would obviously be copyright, but I think they do look nice. They're very clean and simple, so obviously if you are doing logo design as well, obviously use your own work and put it into a nice clean format page like this. But yeah, I think that is a general roundup of how I would set up a gig. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple of more things you could do. Obviously take more time in setting this up than I have. This has taken me only 5-10 minutes, so I'd highly recommend that you spend a little bit longer, because it will count. It will definitely help bring in more customers in the future. If you just put in the foundations now, it will help tremendously. So I feel like I've covered everything when it comes to setting your account up and setting your gigs up. But if you feel that I haven't mentioned enough in here, then obviously please let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I'll try to get back to you as quick as possible. And assuming that you guys haven't already signed up to Fiverr, I will put my link down in the description so you guys can use that if you want to get started and sign up to Fiverr. In the next video, I'll be showing you guys exactly how you can sell on Fiverr without any design or Photoshop experience, and just by simply using the resources we have available online. So if that's something that interests you, make sure to look out for that in the next video that I upload. So with that being said, if you got any valuable information out of this video, or if you enjoyed it, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could drop this video a like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you all stay well, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.